Welcome back to another edition of Racing Boys TV. I'm Scott Traylor, along with my partner from Sports Radio 810 WHB and RacinBoys.com, Kirk Elliott. We're at Kansas Speedway, where there is a lot of action getting ready to take place this weekend. We've got the ARCA Series as well as the Nationwide Series, and wrapping up on Sunday, the Sprint Cup Series. We are in Yuma, Arizona for the final stop of the 2013 Lucas Oil ASCES Sprint Car Dirt Series season. We're at Valley Speedway, where we're going to have some highlights from last weekend's Weld Family Memorial. We're at Lakeside Speedway this week. We'll get into a little bit of news that came down the pipe from Lakeside last Friday night.
As Herrera now up to the high side, closing in on Daniel Ossowski, 0.364 seconds between those two drivers last time by.
One of the hot young drivers, not just in the MLRA, but all across the country, is Tony Jackson Jr. He's made a name for himself on the Lucas Oil Late Model National Series with some near victories there, but he's been nearly unstoppable on the MLRA circuit this year. We had a chance to visit with Tony Jackson Jr. and Brad Looney a couple of weeks ago down at LA Raceway.
We've had an up and down season. We started off pretty good, and we've been pretty consistent all year.
Daryl Lanigan and the Rocket Chassis, Cornet Motors, just everything seems to be going real good.
Here are some of the sights and sounds from this year's 23rd Annual 360 Nationals at Knoxville.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime here at Knoxville.
Thought we had a good piece. I thought we had a shot at this deal, and yeah, we just kind of blew it already.
Welcome back to Racing Boys TV. I'm Kirk Elliott at Lakeside Speedway. Tuesday night's event was big on its own when you pair two of the top premier series in late models and modifieds on the same racetrack on one night. But then you add Clint Boyer to the mix. This is his home racetrack. The second place driver in the NASCAR Sprint Cup standings made a return visit to the dirt at Lakeside Speedway, where he had so much success more than a decade ago in a dirt modified. This time he's driving a late model.
Pretty neat to be back here. I always considered this home.
Well, on Tuesday night, we spoke with some of the top dirt late model drivers that were in competition here. They include Jared Landers, Earl Pearson Jr., and the current point leader, John Blankenship.
It's definitely it's got its perks. You got a lot of people that's looking at what you're doing and wanting to see, a lot of big things happen out of you, and it's tough. The sport's not easy. There's a lot of good guys out here racing with that don't have the opportunity that we got.
He's definitely taking it to another level, and with Mad TV being involved now, and Speed, and several CBS and several different other networks, it's nothing but good stuff for us. We can go to the corporate people and try to get sponsorship.
Welcome back to Racing Boys TV. I'm Scott Traylor out at Kansas Speedway. For the last 5 years, RacinBoys.com has broadcasted all the Lucas Oil ASCES Sprint Car Dirt Series presented by MAV TV races. It's always been a lot of fun to travel up and down the road with the National Tour, but one of my favorite times out on the National Tour is during the Speed Weeks. Last week, we had the sizzling Summer Speed Weeks at 6 races in 7 days in 4 states. Jeff Swindell picked up the championship last week. Here's some highlights from last week's action at those 6 tracks.
I'll tell you what, these guys have been working their tails off the last couple months, and for us to go that long and not win a race, it's almost 2 months we haven't won a race. Yeah.
I tell you what, starting that far back, I was just kicking ourselves. I just made a mistake in the heat race, and I had to live with it running the B mains. When we got into lap traffic, she missed the bottom just a little bit, enough for me to get my nose in, and then after that, I just made sure I hit my marks.
Congratulations to Jeff Swindell for picking up the Lucas Oil ASCES National Tour Sizzling Summer Speed Week Championship. Consistency and wins did it for Jeff Swindell, not finishing off the podium in all 6 races and back-to-back wins at Lawton and Creek. Again, congratulations, Jeff. Look for him to win more races in the 2013 National Tour season.
More from the 25th Annual NHRA Kansas Nationals. Another of the #1 qualifiers, Sean Langdon, unlike John Force, was able to parlay his effort on Saturday into a win on Sunday.
We feel like we can prepare ourselves the best that we can with the team that we have.
For Kirk Elliott, I'm Scott Traylor. We'll see you next week right here on Racing Boys TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the second time, it is Racing